Memories are like stars in the night sky, scattered across the vast expanse of time, each one a glimmering point of light in the infinite cosmos of our minds. Some shine brighter, some fade into obscurity, but all hold a piece of who we are. As I journey back through the constellations of my life, I find myself pausing on a particular star, a memory that has burned brightly in my soul for decades. It was a brisk autumn evening, the kind where the air holds a promise of winter's arrival, and the trees have begun to shed their vibrant coats of leaves. I was a young adult at the cusp of discovering the world beyond the boundaries of my hometown, caught in the web of self-discovery and the quest for purpose. The year was 2005, and I was on the precipice of a life-altering adventure. The decision to study abroad had been both exhilarating and terrifying. Leaving the comforts of home, the familiar faces of family and friends, and the well-worn paths of my everyday life was daunting. Yet, an irresistible force pulled me toward the unknown, a desire to broaden my horizons, to challenge my understanding of the world, and to find the missing piece of the puzzle that was my identity. My destination was Florence, Italy, a city steeped in history, art, and culture. It was a place where the echoes of the Renaissance whispered through cobblestone streets and where every corner held a piece of the past waiting to be discovered. As I stepped off the plane and onto the foreign soil, I felt a surge of excitement mingled with a touch of trepidation. The initial days were a whirlwind of orientations, language barriers, and navigating the labyrinthine streets of Florence. I was joined by a diverse group of fellow students, each one carrying their own dreams and aspirations. We were united by a shared sense of wonder and a thirst for adventure. The turning point came one fateful evening when, by chance or destiny, I found myself in the heart of Florence's artistic soul, the Uffizi Gallery. It was a realm of beauty and history, where the works of Botticelli, Da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael adorned the walls, their genius preserved through the ages. As I wandered through the hallowed halls of the Uffizi, I was overwhelmed by the magnitude of human creativity. The paintings and sculptures were not merely artistic expressions, they were windows into the minds and souls of the artists themselves. Each brushstroke, each chisel mark, was a testament to the boundless capacity of the human spirit to transcend time and space. I stood before Botticelli's The Birth of Venus, the ethereal goddess rising from the sea foam, and felt a stirring in my heart. It was as if the painting held a mirror to my own journey, a rebirth, a new beginning. The realization washed over me like a gentle wave, and I knew that this experience would shape the course of my life. In the days that followed, I immersed myself in the rich tapestry of Florence. I learned the language, sampled the cuisine, and made friends from every corner of the globe. But it was in the quiet moments, when I sat alone in a piazza or strolled along the Arno River, that I felt the deepest connection to this city and to myself. Florence became my muse, my confidant, and my sanctuary. It was a place where I learned to savor the beauty of simplicity, where a leisurely conversation over espresso was as important as any grand masterpiece. It was a place where time seemed to slow down, allowing me to savor each precious moment. I ventured beyond Florence, exploring the charming towns of Tuscany, scaling the heights of Cinque Terre, and tracing the footsteps of ancient Romans in Pompeii. Each journey was a chapter in my unfolding story, a testament to the transformative power of travel and the boundless possibilities that awaited me. As the months passed, I felt a profound shift within myself. The rigid boundaries of my identity began to blur, and I realized that I was not just a product of my upbringing and culture, but a global citizen connected to a larger human family. I saw the world not as a collection of nations, but as a mosaic of diverse experiences and perspectives. The day of departure arrived, and as I gazed out of the airplane window at the receding shores of Italy, tears welled in my eyes. I was leaving behind a place that had become a part of me, a place where I had discovered the depths of my own potential and the universality of the human spirit. Florence had shown me that life was not a linear journey, but a continuous evolution, a series of interconnected moments that stretched into infinity. It had revealed that the world was a vast canvas waiting to be painted with the brushstrokes of our experiences, and that each encounter, each place, was a color on that canvas. As the plane soared higher into the sky, I made a silent promise to myself, a promise to carry the spirit of Florence with me wherever I went, to embrace the unknown with open arms, and to continue my quest for understanding and connection. In the years that followed, I would return to Florence many times, each visit deepening my bond with the city and reaffirming the lessons it had taught me. But that first encounter, that glimpse of infinity, would forever remain a cherished chapter in the memoir of my life, a chapter that had unlocked the doors to a world of possibilities and had set me on a path of continuous self-discovery and exploration. As I reflect on that pivotal moment in the Uffizi Gallery, I am reminded that life's most profound experiences often come when we least expect them. They are the stars that illuminate our personal constellations, guiding us through the vast expanse of existence and reminding us of the infinite potential that resides within us all. In the years that followed my transformative experience in Florence, life carried me forward with its relentless momentum. I returned to my hometown, completed my studies, and embarked on a career that promised stability and success. Yet, beneath the veneer of routine and predictability, the flame ignited in Florence continued to flicker within me, a reminder of the boundless world that awaited beyond the confines of convention. My career path led me into the heart of a bustling metropolis, a place where ambition and ambition alone seemed to dictate the rhythm of life. The city's towering skyscrapers, incessant traffic, and ceaseless demands were a stark contrast to the tranquil streets of Florence. It was a world driven by achievement, where time was a finite resource to be maximized at all costs. As I navigated this new chapter of my life, I often found myself yearning for the sense of wonder and connection that had defined my time abroad. The city's relentless pace left little room for introspection, and the cacophony of daily life drowned out the whispers of my inner muse. It was in these moments of longing that I would retreat into the recesses of my memory, back to the Uffizi Gallery, back to that autumn evening when I glimpsed infinity. I began to seek solace in the arts, attending concerts, visiting galleries, and immersing myself in literature. It was through these creative expressions that I discovered a sanctuary, a place where time slowed and the boundaries of the mundane dissolved. It was in the resonance of a symphony, the brushstrokes of a painting, and the words of a novel that I once again found a connection to the limitless wellspring of human creativity. One evening, as I sat in a dimly lit concert hall, the music of a world-renowned pianist washed over me like a gentle tide. The pianist's fingers danced across the keys, weaving a tapestry of emotions that transcended language. I closed my eyes and allowed the music to carry me away, back to Florence, back to that moment of epiphany in the Uffizi. In that ethereal space of melodies and memories, I realized that the pursuit of meaning and connection was not bound by geography or circumstance. It was a journey of the soul, an exploration of the inner landscapes that mirrored the external world. Just as Florence had awakened my senses to the beauty of the world, the arts had the power to illuminate the depths of human experience. Inspired by this revelation, I began to nurture my own creative impulses. I dusted off the sketchbook I had abandoned years ago and allowed my thoughts and emotions to flow onto its pages. I took up photography, capturing fleeting moments of beauty in the midst of the urban sprawl. I even dabbled in writing, penning short stories and essays that reflected my evolving perspective on life and existence. As I delved deeper into the creative process, I discovered that it was a form of alchemy, a way of transforming the raw materials of experience, emotion, and imagination into something greater than the sum of its parts. It was an act of self-expression and self-discovery, a bridge that connected the inner and outer worlds. My creative pursuits became a source of solace and renewal, a counterbalance to the demands of my professional life. They allowed me to navigate the complexities of the modern world while retaining a sense of wonder and authenticity. In the act of creation, I found a sense of purpose and a connection to the infinite wellspring of human potential. In the midst of this creative renaissance, I rekindled my passion for travel. I embarked on journeys that took me to far-flung corners of the globe, from the bustling streets of Tokyo to the serene temples of Kyoto, from the rugged landscapes of New Zealand to the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu. Each destination offered a new canvas for exploration and self-discovery. One particularly memorable journey took me to the heart of the Amazon rainforest, a realm of unparalleled biodiversity and natural wonder. It was a place where the rhythms of life were dictated by the ebb and flow of the river, where the canopy of trees stretched toward the heavens, and where the symphony of wildlife echoed through the dense foliage. As I navigated the labyrinthine waterways of the Amazon, I felt a profound sense of connection to the natural world. It was a world untouched by the trappings of modernity, a world where the boundaries between humanity and the environment were blurred. It was a reminder that we are not separate from the web of life, but integral threads in its intricate tapestry. During my time in the rainforest, I had the privilege of meeting indigenous communities whose way of life had remained largely unchanged for generations. Their deep reverence for the land, their profound knowledge of the forest's secrets, and their harmonious coexistence with nature left an indelible impression on me. It was a stark contrast to the consumer-driven culture that had come to define so much of the modern world. As I sat around a campfire with members of the community, listening to their stories and sharing in their traditions, I realized that the pursuit of meaning and connection transcended the materialistic pursuits that often dominated contemporary society. It was a reminder that the most profound experiences were often the simplest: a shared meal, a heartfelt conversation, a connection to the natural world. In the heart of the Amazon, under the canopy of stars, I felt a profound sense of gratitude for the journey that had led me to this moment. It was a journey that had been guided by the lessons of Florence, the resonance of art, and the power of creativity. It was a journey that had allowed me to glimpse infinity, not as an abstract concept, but as a living, breathing reality that permeated every facet of existence. As I returned to the bustling cityscape that had become my home, I carried with me the wisdom of the rainforest, a reminder that the pursuit of meaning and connection was not an elusive goal, but a continuous journey of exploration and self-discovery. I knew that life would continue to unfold, presenting new challenges and opportunities, but I also knew that the essence of my journey, the quest for authenticity and connection, would remain a guiding star in the constellation of my existence. And so, as I sit here now, reflecting on that pivotal chapter in my life, I am reminded that the journey is never truly complete. It is a continuous unfolding, a story with no final page, and a canvas with no final brushstroke. It is a journey that embraces the infinite possibilities of existence, a journey that celebrates the beauty of the human spirit, and a journey that is as boundless and profound as the cosmos itself. As I look back on the chapters of my life, I am grateful for the moments of clarity, insight, and connection that have defined my journey thus far. They are the constellations that illuminate the tapestry of my existence, guiding me through the vast expanse of time and space. In the years that followed my return from the Amazon, I continued to cultivate the lessons learned on that transformative journey. I sought out opportunities to bridge the gap between the urban hustle and the natural world, recognizing that even in the heart of the city, pockets of beauty and connection could be found. One such opportunity presented itself in the form of an urban gardening project. I joined a community of like-minded individuals who had transformed vacant lots and neglected spaces into thriving gardens. It was a labor of love, a testament to the resilience of nature, and a reminder that even in the most unlikely places, life could flourish. As I toiled in the soil, planting seeds and nurturing growth, I felt a profound sense of connection to the earth. It was a connection that transcended the boundaries of concrete and asphalt, a connection that reminded me of our inherent relationship with the natural world. It was a small but meaningful step toward rekindling the harmony between humanity and the environment. In the midst of my urban gardening endeavors, I also delved deeper into the world of art and creativity. I began to collaborate with local artists, photographers, and musicians, seeking to create experiences that bridge the gap between the individual and the collective, the self and the other. These collaborations were a testament to the power of shared creativity, a reminder that the sum of our efforts could be greater than the individual parts. One particularly memorable project involved transforming a neglected alleyway into an outdoor gallery. Street artists, muralists, and painters came together to breathe life into the forgotten space, turning it into a vibrant tapestry of colors and stories. It became a place of community gatherings where people from all walks of life could come together to appreciate the beauty of human expression. As I stood in that transformed alleyway, surrounded by the laughter and conversations of those who had gathered, I felt a sense of fulfillment that transcended the individual pursuit of meaning. It was a reminder that the quest for connection was not a solitary endeavor, but a collective journey, a journey that we could all embark upon together. In my personal life, I also experienced moments of profound connection and growth. I formed deep and enduring friendships with individuals who shared my values and passions. These relationships were a source of support, inspiration, and shared experiences that enriched my life in ways I could never have anticipated. One such friendship led me on another journey, this time to the rugged landscapes of the American Southwest. I joined a group of fellow adventurers on a road trip that took us through deserts, canyons, and mountains. It was a pilgrimage of sorts, a quest to connect with the raw beauty of the natural world and to find solace in its vastness. As we hiked through the red rock canyons of Utah, stood in awe of the grandeur of the Grand Canyon, and gazed at the starlit skies of the Arizona desert, I felt a profound sense of humility. It was a reminder that we are but fleeting specks in the grand tapestry of the universe, and that the landscapes we traverse have witnessed the passage of time on a scale beyond comprehension. In those moments of stillness and awe, I realized that the pursuit of meaning and connection was not a destination, but a continuous exploration of the mysteries of existence. It was a journey that could take us to the farthest reaches of the earth and the deepest recesses of the soul. It was a journey that celebrated the beauty of impermanence and the infinite possibilities of each moment. As I returned from the American Southwest, I carried with me the lessons of the desert, a reminder that the most profound experiences often come when we step outside our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. It was a reminder that the pursuit of meaning and connection required courage, curiosity, and a willingness to navigate the uncharted territories of our own hearts. In the years that followed, my journey continued to unfold, presenting new challenges and opportunities, new chapters and experiences. I faced moments of adversity and moments of triumph, moments of solitude and moments of connection. Each chapter added a layer to the tapestry of my life, a layer that told a story of growth, resilience, and the enduring quest for meaning. As I sit here now, reflecting on the ongoing narrative of my life, I am reminded that the journey is a continuous tapestry, woven together by the threads of our experiences, our choices, and our connections. It is a tapestry that celebrates the beauty of the human spirit, the power of creativity, and the boundless potential of existence. In the midst of life's ever-changing landscapes, I remain grateful for the moments of clarity, insight, and connection that have defined my journey. They are the stars that illuminate my personal constellations, guiding me through the infinite cosmos of existence. They are the reminders that the pursuit of meaning and connection is not a solitary endeavor, but a collective and ongoing exploration, a journey that transcends time and space, resonating with the essence of what it means to be human. And so, I embrace the next chapter with open arms, eager to continue the quest for meaning and connection, eager to add new threads to the ever-unfolding tapestry of my life. For in the journey, I find not only the answers to the questions that lie within, but also the questions that lead me forward, ever onward, toward the infinite possibilities of existence. The end, or perhaps the beginning.